Okay. Number one, Deion is soft.
Be advised, my OnlyFans is now 20% off.
Weirdos are gonna come after y'all.
Oh, no. Never. Oh, never.
What's going on, Buff Nation? For months, the critics couldn't pile on fast enough. ESPN on 3 Sports and the so-called experts across major networks lined up to cast doubt on Coach Prime. They called him unprepared, in over his head, and claimed his days in Boulder were numbered. The narrative was clear. Coach Prime wasn't cut out for Colorado, and his dream would crumble before it began.
Deion Sanders had better show that he wants to stay at Colorado long-term right now. And the way you do that is you start recruiting high schools now. I don't care that that you're behind. I don't care that you weren't doing it before. Time to start doing it if you plan to stay there. Otherwise, all those critics, and we weren't among them at the beginning, but all those critics who say this is daddy ball on steroids, they're going to be right. And Deion's going to be gone, and Colorado's going to be looking at exactly what it was before he got there.
Deion Sanders is the best salesman I've ever seen. I personally love the guy and for what he stands for. But the program looking out has a ridiculously inflated view of itself. I heard Shedeur Sanders, who's a fabulous quarterback, say last week, we are everyone's Super Bowl. Shedeur, you are not. You are an easy win nowadays.
I don't feel good about picking Colorado the team. I feel good about picking the roster. I think Colorado, the roster, is better than Colorado State. But we're talking about picking a team. I'm going to pick Colorado State to win at home. I think the final score is 31-24.
Anyone asking whether Deion Sanders and Colorado are close to the playoffs simply doesn't understand the reality of the road. They're not going to the playoffs this year. And I'm not sure Deion Sanders is ever going to get them to the playoffs because I don't think he has the patience to stay at Colorado long enough.
I don't want his way of doing things to succeed. When I see values and behaviors that are in total objection to God, I go, hey, and you know what? A guy that sits out here pretending to be a Christian, and really, Shedeur and Travis Hunter are just tools to promote Deion. What a great father. It's all about uplifting Deion Sanders.
Fast forward to today. The Colorado Buffaloes are 6-2 with 4 games left and are proving the haters wrong at every turn. And now those same voices that dismissed Coach Prime have miraculously changed their tune.
There's nothing fluky about what Colorado is doing right now on the football field. If this team were going to fall apart, it would have happened already.
Paul, you think Stephen A. might be right about Deion being coach of the year?
He was right, Molly. I didn't understand it at the time, but clearly this is one of those cases where Stephen A. had inside knowledge, and the fact that he said what he did a couple of weeks ago really makes what Stephen A. said one of the most prescient comments of this entire season. I am blown away by what I'm seeing from Coach Prime and his team. It is remarkable to watch, Stephen A.
Listen, they came into the season predicted to finish 11th in their conference. We will question whether or not they were going to win 4 games. They are 5-2 after 7 games. They got a leading candidate for the Heisman in Travis Hunter, assuming that he's going to be healthy enough to play a few more games this season.
The doubters, once so quick to count him out, are now leading the chorus of praise, acting as though they've believed in him all along. From calling him inexperienced to hailing him as a true football mind, their shift is nothing short of a complete 180. But here's the truth. We see right through it. Coach Prime didn't rise to this success because of them. He succeeded in spite of them. The loyalty of true Colorado fans isn't swayed by the changing winds of media hype. We stand with Coach Prime, unwavering through the highs and lows, without jumping ship or switching up our stance. So to those who switch sides now that Coach Prime has proven himself, don't bother showing up to the bandwagon now. We don't trust you, and we certainly don't want you in our fan base. This isn't a trend, it's a movement, and only the loyal are welcome here.
I'm coming. I already made reservations. That's the belief. Are you the belief or the believer? I know who I am. You better find out who you are. I'm coming.